Hello and welcome into For the Win. Back at it for the Canadian Open week. And we had a pretty exciting week in the golf world last week, Paul. And we're here to do it again. Back at it. 2 tournaments on the schedule this week, Paul. RBC Canadian Open. And we got LIV Golf Virginia. So let's do a little recap of last week. Another dominating week from Scotty Scheffler. This guy is playing on a crazy, crazy level. I mean, just unreal. So he takes it, his third victory of the year, wins as a 3-1 favorite. I mean, just dominance. Like, it reminds me of that stretch that VJ had in 03, 04, 05, where it's just he's guaranteed top 10. Like, that's at worst. So you got to give props to him, man. He's just better than everyone right now. I mean, I think if Rory plays his absolute best, he can beat him. I think Rory's best is still better than anyone else's, but the consistency level from Scheffler is just unreal. Just the irons, the driving accuracy, man. He hits like 80% of his fairways. He hits like 90% of his greens. He's a great chipper. So props to Scotty Scheffler, third victory of the year. I think he's on the heels of Player of the Year because Rory's got 3 victories in a major. Rory does have the Players as well and Pebble, which is a signature event. Yeah. So Rory leader right now. What do you think, Paul, for Player of the Year?
Yeah, well, you never know. If Scotty keeps being consistent, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if he's playing a lot more, tournaments than Rory is too, and if he's being consistent, you got to take that all into account. It was the thing we used to complain about back in, the Eldrick VJ era with the being number 1 golfer. It's like VJ was the workhorse. He played damn near every week. Eldrick showed up at his courses, won them most of the time, and yet VJ is still, still getting all these wins and never really got Player of the Year. So, if Rory deserves it, then he's going to earn it. If Scotty deserves it, then he's going to earn it. Yeah. If Joe Blow deserves it, then he's going to earn it. Yeah. Well, right now,
I think so far Rory's got a slight edge.
Yeah, I would give Rory a slight edge.
Got the bigger wins,
Scotty's
right? The
Players,
there. The Masters.
Scotty's sniffing on his heels, man.
He is right there.
He's
won Player of the Year last 2 years.
Cup points. No. Who's got the FedEx Cup points?
I think it's Scheffler.
Right now?
Scotty Scheffler is the guy. It's Scheffler, but he's played more events, right? So Scheffler plays his Texas events like Colonial, Byron Nelson. He doesn't play TPC San Antonio, but he plays generally a little bit more events. He's loyal to some of these Texas events. He lives, an hour away from. So, but I mean, I heard McIlroy's going to be playing more like of a global schedule now because he's got the Grand Slam. He's the Masters champ. He's going to be playing like the Australian Open in the fall. He'll be playing the there's a new Indian event. It's not the Indian Open, but it's like a big Indian event on the DP World Tour. So he's playing there, and he's trying to be a global ambassador. And
is it like that Hero event that they had in
not
India?
The Hero. It's totally different.
Oh, okay.
No, it's like a higher level event. It's going to be like kind of like a Rolex series, almost like what their version of the signature event. So it's like the best of the best. The top guys all show up, bigger purse. So something to look forward to there. But let's take a look at the Canadian Open, our home and native land here, Paul. We are nowhere near this course. We're on the other side of the country, but hey, what are you going to do? It's the Ontario Open. We got to live with it. So we got a new course for this year's tournament. It'll be the host course next year as well. TPC Toronto at Osprey Valley. It's about like an hour and a half north of Toronto, and it's supposed to be a big ballpark, typical TPC design. I don't know. From what I've seen, the pictures and videos, not too much water and hazards involved. It's just bomb and gouge style. You take out your driver, you pound it, you find it, and then wedge it on. But it's got some long holes, man. It's got like 3-4 par fours over 500 yards. Some long par threes. So yeah, it's got some meat to it. And our defending champ is Robert McIntyre, the Scot. He won last year in dramatic fashion with his old man on the bag. He was feeling a little bit of he's feeling a little bit of blues from being on the road and in America mostly. And his dad come over, and his dad jumped on the bag and became his caddy for that 1 week, and they won in Canada. Awesome. And that was the first of his 2 victories. He went on to win. Yeah, he went on to win his National Open, the Scottish Open, a couple of weeks later. So props to Bobby Mac. He'll be back to defend his championship, I should say. Rory's here. He skipped last week. He's 4-1 fit. Next closest on the odds board is Ludwig Oberg. He's 15-1.
That still surprises me. That still surprises me. I figured for sure Rory would be playing Memorial and skip the Canadian Open and then play a major. I thought for sure he'd be playing Memorial.
I think he likes to play the week before a major and not. Well, I think got some history with the Canadian Open, winning in 2019, winning 2022, and I think there's a little bit of a nudge wink deal with the RBC Canadian Open people where he shows up.
Oh yeah, wasn't he like part of Team RBC, like a bunch of other? Yeah, he was part of
but I mean, I think
Team RBC way back when, wasn't he? There's a bunch of other guys.
No, not him. But I mean, he was. I think they have a deal with him where he shows up, he does a couple of speeches. They give him a $5 million check type thing. So he's like hush hush part of RBC. But I'm glad he's here. 4-1 favorite. Ludwig's 15-1.
Ooh.
Then we got a bunch of guys in the 20, 25 range, a couple of guys in the 30, no one really in the 40s. There's a lot of guys in the 50 to 75 range. And then after that, it's pretty much everyone's kind of in the same ballpark. But a lot of the high-end Euros are playing this week. Obviously, Rory, Ludwig, Shane Lowry, Robert McIntyre. Tommy Fleetwood's not playing this week, but he usually plays. And then there's a couple other. The Højgaard brothers are playing. So this is almost like a European Ryder Cup practice tournament for them, right? I think they like to come here. It's got a lot of European culture up here too, right? We got a lot of the European culture that the States probably don't have, right? And we got a lot of mixed cultures, Asians and Italians and Croatians and Scots and Brits, Indians, Chinese, you name it, everything. So
it's a giant, huge melting pot.
Or I'm assuming they like it. Exactly. So, okay, let's get into some of the picks I got this week for both tournaments. I'm going to kick it off with Sungjae Im at 37-1. He's been playing pretty well lately, the last 3 or 4 events. He cashed me a top 20 last week at Jack's tournament, and along with Jordan Spieth. They kind of helped save the week there. So Sungjae had his top 20 last week. I just see him getting a little bit better and better. His irons aren't exactly what they used to be when he was in his peak form, but seeing signs, and I just like him as a consistent golfer and kind of that do factor. So taking him at 37-1 and plus 145 for the top 20. So almost 1.5 times what I bet. And next up, I got Ryan Fox, the Kiwi. He won, I think, 3 or 4 weeks ago at Myrtle Beach, and he'll be here in Canada to represent and possibly win again. He's a long hitter. His old man was a rugby player in New Zealand.
Okay.
And if you see Ryan Fox, you can see the resemblance to. He doesn't look like the average golfer, long and lanky, and he's got a bit of the beer gut, and he's a big stocky. He looks almost like a rugby player, right? So I like his chances. I got him at a great number, 75-1 in this field. He's a world-class player, plus 187 for his top 20. And I like Foxy to get in the mix here at Toronto, and he's been playing well. He played well at the PGA, played well at Jack's event last week. And let's see if he can pop and make a little bit of noise this week. And my last pick I got for the Canadian Open is Alex Smalley. He's played really well at the beginning of the year. Not too bad lately, just hasn't been on the top of the leaderboards. He's never won on the tour, but he's a great ball striker. He kind of came up similar to Ben Griffin, who won 2 weeks ago and was second place. He's kind of just like more of like a journeyman type player. And then just the last couple of years, he's really stepped his game up, and I think he's fit and due for this course. I got him at 80-1. I think that's a great number. I think he should be in the 50 to 60-1 range. So, I mean, if his putting can be somewhat decent, I think he'll have a great chance to win this. And his top 20 is plus 220, so 2-1 just to finish in the top 20. Sign me up. Yes, thank you very much, Alex Smalley, 80-1. So those are the three guys I took for the Canadian Open. Not a big card, just saving more obviously for next week. We got the major, the U.S. Open at Oakmont, and a couple of picks here for the LIV event. It's not exactly. I mean, it's the same guys playing, but it's not a course we know that well. I mean, I think they played a PGA Tour event here in 2015. It was the Quicken Loans Championship. I think it was the tournament that Tiger was a part of near Washington area, like the DC area. So this is in Virginia, and they're playing for the first time for LIV Golf. But from looking at the leaderboard, it was a lot of more like control guys who did well there. So just got two guys that I'm going to be rolling with for LIV Golf. Just straight up, no top 20s. I'm going to be going with Lucas Herbert, the Aussie, at 24-1. He's been playing superb this year. He's got one victory and I think a bunch of top 10s. He's probably the best player on his team. He plays with Leishman, Cam Smith, and what was it? Matt something else. I forgot his name. But I think he's the best guy on his team. He's in the prime of his career, 24-1. I'm going to roll him. And I'm going to go with his teammate as well, fellow Aussie, Mark Leishman, at 55-1. I think that's a wonderful number. He also won earlier this year in the Asian swing. So they've got some winning tastes already, and I think they'll be primed and ready. And just going with a couple of smaller bets for LIV Golf. I just haven't had that much success with them. Haven't had any outright winners. So we've got one outright on the PGA, and we've got one outright on the seniors. So maybe we can get one outright on LIV, and then, maybe one on the DP World. Spread the wealth out, Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of tours out there. There's no rule that says you have to bet the PGA Tour, right, Paul? So, I mean, as they say, a winner's a winner, right? It doesn't really matter if it's the John Deere or the Masters, right? I mean, the payout's the same. So we're going to take it, and hopefully everyone else gets lucky with their picks. We would love it if people would consider giving us the old thumbs up and subscription. Channel and getting it out to other people and getting more views and thumbs ups and subscriptions, and looking to get to 100 subscribers before football season, before golf season ends, Paul. So we're about 60% there. So we'd love it if people would join us along. We're going to be here all year for golf. We're going to be here for the NFL season. We got some NBA Finals content coming up soon. So we would love people would stick with us. And Paul and I are pretty much going to catch you guys next time. Later, alligator.
Peace out, people.